Hello, everybody. My name is Zayla, and I'm going to be a second-year kinesiology major here at Cal State. On campus, I am in 2 specialized programs. I am on an orientation team, and I also have an on-campus job. Throughout this tour, I will be showing you the different buildings and attractions we have on campus and explain the ins and outs of everything. If you have any questions, feel free to either unmute yourself, drop them in the chat, or feel free to save them to the end, and I'll be happy to answer them. Before we start this virtual tour, I would like to take a moment and acknowledge that Cal State San Marcos is built on the traditional territory of Luiseño and Payo Coisham people. Now we're going to head into our tour, starting with the University Student Union. So I'm going to grab our golden O-teamer on the top right of the screen and drop him right in front of the University Student Union. So here we are in front of the USU, which is also our heartbeat of campus. This is where students can eat, hang out, and study. Many events are hosted here during university hour, such as U Hour from 12 to 1 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. This is where fewer classes are offered to allow students to get more involved on campus. The USU also offers student employment opportunities for professional development. So now we're going to head inside of the USU and talk about the different offices and centers within this building. When you walk down these set of stairs, there's a couple offices down there that I'm going to talk about. Unfortunately, we cannot physically go see them today, but if you wanted to see a physical look of what they look like, you can go on the university student website and check that out. So first we have the Dean of Students office. The Dean of Student office provides care, support, and advocacy for students with policy, procedures, grades, and student grievances. Cougar Care Network, CCN, is also housed here, which is CSUSM First Stop All Things Students. You can always start there if you have any questions and don't know where to go. CCN is also the safety net to assist students who may be experiencing challenge inside or outside the classroom. The Dean of Students office helps to ensure that every student is in a fair and safe environment. The civility campaign is also housed here. The principles of civility includes self-reflection, care, respect, empathy, and culture. Within the Dean of Students office, we also have the New Students and Family Programs. This oversees your orientation and transition to campus from admissions through your first year at CSUSM. O-Team is also housed here as well, and this is a great way to get involved and give back to CSUSM. Next, we have the Student Life and Leadership, or SLL. This houses over 120 student organizations, including Frats and Sorority Life and leadership programs, such as Talkwa Leadership Circle and Lead Retreat. SLL is a place to come if you are looking to get involved on campus and build your leadership skills. You can also use this space to study and meet up with your friends. Talk What Life is housed here as well. They host campus events that help reduce stress and build community on campus. And the last office within the USU is the Associated Student Inc., or better known as ASI. They serve, engage, and empower students. ASI hosts all sorts of events from smaller paint nights to petting zoos to larger events like Festival 78. They help to fund the 24/5 zone on the second floor of the library. If you would like to get involved this semester with ASI, you can join one of their 6 volunteer programs, sit in a university committee meeting, attend a board of directors meeting, or swing by one of their events. So now that we are done talking about the different offices on this side of campus, or this side of the USU, we are going to talk about our food court. So as you look around, you can see that there's lots of seating for students to eat, study, and just hang out with their friends. As we walk down, you can see that there is a ATM right here, and also there is a bathroom. There's also more seating along this way also. Our main food options include Sub Connection, Caliente, Wow Cafe, also known as World of Wings, and down here, Panda Express. So now we're gonna head outside to our green roof. This is our green roof where students can hang out and enjoy a great view. This is called the green roof because we have 16 native species of plants. This helps to naturally cool the temperature in our ballroom located on the second floor. Speaking on the second floor, speaking of this, on the second floor we have a ballroom that is 9,000 square feet and houses many of the events that campus has to offer. This space can host large events and be divided into separate rooms for smaller events. So if we do a full 180, you can see our amphitheater. This is where we hold free events for students such as concerts and outdoor movie nights. This is also a great way to hang out and study in between classes. So now we are going to head back inside the USU. This is a great time to either unmute yourself and ask a question, drop them in the chat, or use the raise hand feature, and we can go through and unmute you. All right. So before we reach our next destination, I wanted to talk about PawPrint and how you can use it. PawPrint is where you can upload your document to the website, and it will keep it under your student ID. You can go to any of the different stations like this on campus and print out your document for a small fee. So now we're going to keep heading down the hallway. So to the left of the screen, you can see the lockers. This is located on the first and fourth floor of the USU. There's also a instruction sheet right here. So if you have any questions on how to work it, you can look right here, or you can also ask the information desk on the fourth floor. So here we have our activity center with board games, video games, and a foosball table, and much more. Foosball and board games are free to play, and pool tables and video games cost $1 for half an hour of play. Within the center, they have discounted tickets to the Regal movie theater, and you can also find more discounted tickets on the USU website. Behind me, we have the Serenity Lounge. This is a quiet place where students can study, meditate, personal reflect, and sleep. On the door, there is a list of their guidelines as well. And if you also have any questions about this, you can ask the information desk. So now we're going to head back down the hallway, and we have reached our market. This is the market within the USU where you can purchase a variety of snacks, drinks, smoothies, sushi, pizza, soup, and hot meals, as well as prepackaged sandwiches and salads that are made freshly. You can also see that Jamba Juice is inside of here that sells a limited, like a smaller size of their menu. So we're gonna head down the hallway again. And we have reached our Black Student Center. The Black Student Center officially opened in February of 2017 thanks to the efforts put forth by the student body, faculty, and staff. This center was established based on the needs for students for a space where Black students could come to learn more about their identity and cultural similarities, but also successful with creating a network of support. This center offers a program of different topics that affects the Black community and provides education on Black history, culture, and celebration of Black achievements. And all students are welcome within this center. So as we keep heading down, this is the information desk that I mentioned earlier, where you can ask any questions about the University Student Union. And here is our Crash Cafe. So back here, it's a little gated off, but this is the Crash Cafe, one of the third options for coffee here on campus. Our other two options are Starbucks and Coffee Cart on the other ends of campus, which I will show you when we get there. Here you can buy Starbucks' coffee, tea, frappuccinos, pastries, salads, sandwiches, and much more. So unfortunately, we cannot actually head down to the third story, but I'm still going to touch on the different lounges and centers that if you would walk down these stairs that you would see. I also want to point out that this is a better view of the amphitheater, that we were standing around over here, but this is a much larger and better view. So down on the first floor of the University Student Union, the commuter lounge is a great resource for all students, but especially commuter students. This space includes a single stall shower, restroom, microwave, vending machine, and computer printing access. On the third floor, we have all of our centers. Our first one is the Cross-Cultural Center, or CCC. This center encourages identity exploration by challenging students to think critically about social justice issues and appreciate differences. Further down the hall, next to CCC, is the Latinx Center. The @ symbol in the name is the center represent the A and the O together, so the Latinx Center also embrace the Latinx term, which is gender neutral and inclusive term. This center is a welcoming and inclusive space where students can learn about their community through cultural programming, academic achievement, peer-to-peer collaboration, community engagement, and social justice advocacy. They also have a computer lab, study space, kitchen, free printing, meeting space, and much more. Next to that, you will have the Gender Equity Center. This strives to provide a space that celebrates and affirms students to all gender identities and explorations. It was established as a women's center in the spring of 2006, but was later changed to reflect the diverse community here at CSUSM. And our last center on the third floor is the Pride Center at the far end of the hall. This provides a space that celebrates and affirms students who identify with all genders, sexualities of the LGBTQ community. The center is a space to build community, to find connections, and it provides education and programming about it for the LGBTQ folks and their allies. The center also provides a safety zone training, which is all alley training for faculty, students, and staff. Also on the third floor, I wanted to touch on the bridge that will take you to the different offices and centers. If you can look, it's right here where these glass doors are. Student artwork is also showcased along the wall, and that's actually my favorite part of when I'm walking through the bridge, just to look and see the different artwork. So I definitely think you should go check that out when we go back on campus. So now we're going to head out of the USU and talk about the different buildings on campus. So if you have any questions, feel free to either unmute yourself or ask. So now I'm just going to grab the golden O-teamer and drop him off. My fingers, okay. Drop him off right behind Cesar Chavez. So here we have our Cesar Chavez statue. This is one of the leaders. He was one of the leaders for the United Farmers Union in the 1960s and the leader of the farmers worker movement. He fought for farmers workers' rights, for higher wages and better working conditions. He was a huge advocate for higher education and also carried a book on him. He is pointing north because our university is always moving forward. Once the university is completed, he will be the center of the campus. Some students will rub his book for good luck before big exams and big presentations. So now we're actually going to head off campus and talk about the different buildings down there. There we go. So here we have our Student Health and Counseling Services Office. SHCS, is located adjacent to the parking structure and across from the University Student Union on Campus Way Circle. This offers a variety of healthcare services provided by a team of medical and mental health professionals and support staff who is trained to assist students with their health and wellness related needs. So now we're going to head a little more down the hill and we're going to head to our Clark Fieldhouse and Sports Center. So first we have our Clark Fieldhouse, which is open to the CSUSM community to provide a fitness care, indoor and outdoor basketball courts, personal training, and many more programs provided by Campus Recreation. And if you can see over here, we have the Sports Center. This is where our indoor court sports practice and play their home games. All volleyball and basketball games are in the Sports Center and free to the CSUSM community, as well as outdoor sports like cross country, soccer, softball, baseball, track and field, and golf. Open gym is available in the Sports Center from 6 p.m. on certain nights of the week. You can learn more about the schedule and all the programs offered at the Sports Center at the Clark Fieldhouse information desk. So now we're going to head all the way down the hill and we're going to talk about our extended learning building. So our ELB is not done yet in this picture, but this maintains campus. The ELB is also a little place off campus, a little more off campus, that holds our international students, campus, and current students that are traveling abroad. This is also our global programs and services for all of CSUSM. And also some classes are also offered within this building as well. So I just touched a little bit about the global programs and services that are located in Suite ELB 588, but I'm going to touch a little more into that. So this houses the American Language and Culture Institution and the Office of Global Education. These offices serve as a resource for international students studying at Cal State San Marcos. This suite also houses the Study Abroad office, which helps all students with study abroad opportunities. You can either go for 2 weeks during the summer, to a semester, to even a whole year, and it costs the same amount as paying tuition at CSUSM. Also located on the second floor of the ELB, we have our Academic Access Center. This is where students can receive peer-led tutoring, which is also where our STEM Center is located as well. This is the math lab and the STEM Center, also known as Science, Technology, Education, Engineering, and Mathematics. Math Lab and STEM Center join forces and expand academic support to students. You can get one-on-one or group tutoring to get, or you can get one-on-one or group tutoring, or you can also participate in a weekly study session that will help you review for midterms and finals. Also on the second floor, we have our writing center. You can get support with your writing for any course with either a face-to-face session or online. They can also help you with your resume, cover letter, personal essays, application, and more. So behind me, we have the quad, which is one of our housing options. This is only one of them, and I will drop the golden O-teamer so that you can see the second one, but both of the dorms are apartment style housing that comes fully furnished with kitchen appliances, living room, bedroom furniture, utilities includes the cable and laundry. If you are going to be living on campus, I would suggest just buying a simple apartment thing because this does come fully furnished. Also, this I feel like this is a great thing to show. This is the hill to get onto campus. So you're gonna cross at this light and then just head up the hill, and then there's another light, and then you're onto campus again, where I will show you our University Village apartments and how to get on campus from there. So to get to campus from the UVA, you're gonna walk from wherever your dorm is up these flight of stairs or the ramp right here, and then you'll also hit the same light and then cross the street to get back onto campus. But this is our University Village apartments. A quick little tour. This one also has a parking lot, while the quad does not, and you would park at parking structure 1. Speaking of parking structure 1, right here, I will show you a different view of it. Parking structure 1 is on the other side of Science Hall 2, and this has 6 levels. Levels 1 through 5 allows overnight parking for students. The first floor of parking structure 1 has 7 electric cars charging charging stations, and zip cars for students. Zip cars are similar to a rental car, but for only a short amount of time. And then also over here, we have our parking structure 2, which is located across from the quad and does not have overnight parking. A valid CSUSM parking permit is required 24/7 when you park anywhere on campus. So now we're going to head into campus a little more and talk about the different buildings. So this is also a picture of parking structure 1 so that you can see a visual of it. So first, we have our Social and Behavioral Science Building, also known as SBSB. Some of the majors that are located in here is Indian or American Indian Studies, Ethnic Studies, Environmental Studies, Global Studies, Women's Studies, Psychology, Sociology, and Criminal Justice Studies, and Communications. We're gonna head a little bit more down and talk about our newer building on the right side, which is Science Hall 2. This building houses research labs, which are run by our own faculty. It can also consist of biology, chemistry, and physics labs, and also faculty offices. Biology and biotechnology are housed on the first floor, physics and computer science on the second, and chemistry and biochemistry on the third. So now I'm going to drop our golden O-teamer in front of the arts building. So fun fact, when these pictures were taken, the University Village, or the USU, was not built yet, so that's why it is just a pile of dirt right there. So now I am standing in front of the arts building, and the 4 majors within this building is the arts, media, and design, music, theater, and dance. This also contains our largest lecture room on campus, which holds 250 students. So now I am going to head in front of the University Hall. So this is University Hall that houses the College of Education, Health, and Human Services, also known as KES, faculty, as well as most of the major classes. The School of Nursing is housed here. KES Student Services houses undergrad, credential, and graduate services. KES majors can find academic advising in the building. In University 222, KES majors include human development, kinesiology, which is impacted, and nursing, which is also impacted, and speech language pathology. Acceptance to KES impacted majors is held through Office of Administrations. So now we're going to grab our golden O-teamer and head to Palm Court. So before we talk about Palm Court, I just want to also talk about that this is the side view of University Hall. And for academic advising, it's going to be held where this pillar is in this room right here. So University 222. So this is an area called Palm Court. It is a place for students to hang out, do homework, eat, and nap. This is called Palm Court because this is the only place on campus that we have palm trees. Fun fact. So now we're going to grab our golden O-teamer once again and drop him off in front of Markstein Hall. Markstein Hall is the College of Business, or COBA, is housed. Students in the College of Business Administrations receive a Bachelor of Science in Business Administrations, but also choose for 7 specialized options. This is where a lot of business classes are held, but also different major classes are going to be held in here too. I personally had a history and math class in here, so it is not just business majors. So now we're going to head a little bit off. And when this tour was built, we physically did not have a picture of our Epson Family Veteran Center, so I am not going to drop my golden O-teamer right there. I'm just going to quickly talk about it. This is a center for veterans, active duty military, and dependents attending CSUSM. This place provides a lounge area, computer labs, and printing. Students can also be able to receive assistance with professional development and internship opportunities while attending CSUSM. So now we're going to head to our founder. Where's my golden O-teamer? I'm sorry. Oh, right there. Sorry. Now we're going to head to our founder plaza and talk about some of the buildings. So I accidentally dropped it on the wrong place. Here we go. So now we are in Founders Plaza, where we have our Academic Hall, Science Hall 1, and also behind me, we have Craven Hall. This was the entire campus when CSUSM first opened in this location in 1990. The seal that I am currently standing over, which is a little messed up, so let me just step back a little bit so that you can see it. The seal right here displays the diversity of our campus. It also shows our colleges, which is College of Business, College of Education, Health, and Human Services, College of Science and Mathematics, and also College of Humanities, Arts, Behavioral, and Social Sciences. So first, right in front of us, we have Science Hall 1. This building primarily consists of biology labs, biology faculties, and research labs. Biology faculty and labs include ecology and animal physiology, while chemistry faculty and labs include an X-ray Christology lab. And also here is our second option of coffee, which is our campus coffee, which is currently closed right there, but it's actually really good. Next, we have our academic hall, which generally consists of general education, our GE classes, and also computer labs. Now we're going to head to our commons building, which is hidden behind all of these trees. This is also a really pretty place to study if you just want to hang out with your friends also. So here we have our commons building, which includes 3 offices: the Office of Alumni Engagement, which serves over 45,000 plus alumni and manages the CSUSM Alumni Association. This is where dues paying association. You will have opportunities for a 2-year membership for the price of 1 when you graduate. The best way to stay connected to CSUSM. The next office is Office of Annual Giving, which is outreach and alumni, employees, and students about annual giving. And lastly, we have our events and conference services, which coordinates every on-campus event, including university and external events. So now I'm going to grab our golden O-teamer and drop him off where you can see the different offices that we have. So if you head up these stairs, unfortunately we cannot physically go see the university store, but if you head up these stairs, we have our university store, which is we have all textbook information that receives directly from faculty. Textbooks also include rental, which you can save up to 80%, used, new, and digital ebooks. They price match on Amazon and Barnes and Nobles, and they are more than a bookstore. They are also an authorized Apple reseller and your one-stop for students or for supplies, apparels, and gifts. So now we are going to head back outside, but we're going to head inside of this where we were. We're going to show you a little bit outside of it. So here we have Craven Hall. This houses administration offices, including the President's Office, Career Center, and Cougar Central. And we're going to head to Cougar Central right now. So as we walk through Craven Hall, if you have any questions, feel free to unmute yourself, drop them in the chat, or anything about that. And we are almost done with our tour, so if you have any questions that you would like to just save till the end, I will be happy to answer them. So down the hall, we are heading to our Cougar Central, which is one-stop shop for financial aid, administration, registrar, cashiers, campus tours, and much more. This is where you can come in person to pay students' fees, request transcripts, discuss your financial aid options, and more. Down on the first floor, we have a career center, which is located on the first floor, and it is related to career preparation and development. You can also claim your handshake account, which is where you can find on-campus jobs for full-time and part-time, but you can also find off-campus jobs as well. Also down on the first floor within the Career Center, we have our Cougar Career Closet for professional clothing, and you can get 4 free clothing items per semester. So within Craven Hall, we also have a couple academic advisor offices. So currently, we have them spread all over campus and in many different locations. So in Mark 126 is our College of Business majors, in University 222 for human development, kinesiology, and nursing majors. And Craven Hall 1300 for all other major included undeclared. So I just want to go more in depth. So Craven 1300 is for all other majors, but also undeclared majors. I don't know if that's clear. That's why I just went over it again. So also within Craven Hall, we do have our specialized programs. So first we have PASO for students who self-identify as Hispanic, are first-year freshmen, first generation, and full-time status, do not belong to any other specialized programs such as EOP, CAMP, TRIOS, SSS, and ACE, which I will talk about in a little bit, and have any estimated family contribution of $5,000 or less. The program provides essential services and resources and efforts to increase retention and graduation rates among PASO students. Next, we have CAMP, which is a College Assistant Migrant Program. This is also a federal funded program that serves students for migrant backgrounds. It is a first-year program that has been serving CSUSM for 15 years. If students are Sorry, I think my Wi-Fi just went out. If students are eligible, they may receive services such as academic advising, free printing, access to a computer lab, book voucher, and step-in. Next, we have ACE Scholar Services. This supports students impacted by the foster care for California State University, San Marcos, through the process of obtaining their degree in higher education. On the fourth floor of Craven Hall, we have the TRIO Student Support Services, also known as TRIO SSS. This is a program on campus that offers academic and personal professional support through services that empower and encourage undergrad students for first generation low income and disability backgrounds to pre-sit or graduate. The services included academic and personal counseling, academic coaching, cultural events, tutoring, peer mentoring, community building activities, student success workshops, and much more. And also on the fourth floor, we have our Educational Opportunity Program at Cal State San Marcos, which is also called EOP. This provides provides access and retention support services, but also lifelong skills development for historically underrepresented, financially disadvantaged, and first-generation students that will lead you to their bachelor degrees. If you want to check out EOP, you can look them up on CSUSM website. And also, lastly, we have our Disability Support Services, which is also located on the fourth floor of Craven Hall. This is responsible for providing reasonable accommodations to students with documented disabilities. The students interested in learning more about DSS can stop by their office in Craven Hall 4200. We're going to grab our golden O-teamer and head to the Kellogg Library. So the University Library offers the scholarly support services and resources that will help you when you need to succeed. The library is open every day during the fall and spring semester thanks to the generous support of ASI, your student fees. The second floor of the Kellogg Library becomes a 24/5 zone, Sunday through Thursdays. There are 40 study rooms available for students to reserve, and there's also a librarian on call that provides expert research help to in person, through email, online chat, and over the phone. And I also just want to say that behind this tree is our Starbucks, which is our third and final option to get coffee on campus. So now we're going to head through this little path and lead back up to the University Student Union where we first started our tour. This is also a great time to ask questions if you have any. So unfortunately, our whisper bench was not physically in these pictures because it was installed during summer of 2019. This was designed as a tribute to our outgoing president, Dr. Karen Hines, and her husband, first generation Jim McClawson. I always mess up his name, I'm so sorry. It was called the whisper bench because it is designed to make it possible for a person to whisper into the bench and be able to hear somebody sitting on the opposite side. It works, it is so cool. I accidentally slammed my hydro against it and it was not a pretty sound. So when we head back on campus, I definitely think you should try that out. So that concludes our virtual tour today. If you have any additional questions, I am happy to answer them. And once again, my name is Zayla, and I hope you enjoyed the tour. Go Cougars.